This is your daily market review for Monday, March 31st, 2025. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Monday, March 31st, 2025. New money, new month. Are you surprised? Did you get caught with your pants down? Again, I didn't expect a big gap down today, as of Friday, but over the weekend you saw there was some saber rattling, some talk. Not surprised by the drop, but I'm also not surprised by the buyback. Talked about this all day in the Discord room. I wouldn't be surprised if we rallied. If you've been following us, you know the Stock Traders Almanac, you know the bullishness, the seasonality, over and over and over and over again. Now, again, not to say that we don't know if the market's going to go lower later. I don't really care. The next 10 days, I'm anticipating a bounce. And again, does it have to be 10 days? We'll just see what levels we get to. And that's why we don't get stupidly bearish at the lows when the fear and greed index is near the extremes. And we don't get stupidly bearish at the end of quarters and starting in new ones when the Stock Trader Almanac says it should bounce. Again, a probability-based game. It's like, to me, it's like pocket aces. Like this trade is going to pop up at some point again. So I'm sorry. Again, is this the bottom for the long term? Who the fudge knows? But I'm telling you, you can't stay overly bearish when the probabilities say you need to be looking for the exit as a bear. So, getting new to the channel, check out the Discord room, links description below. Tons of insights, ideas, and thoughts. We're talking about all the things that we're doing, all the different trades. Put on a bunch of different trades. Also bought a bunch of long-term calls and material names, traded around some TSLs, some SPY calls. Today was a busy day. Ching, ching, ching kind of day. Like ring the register, make some money kind of day. If you want to chat, Calendly, 30 minutes, let's do it. If you'd like to learn how to trade, get better at trading, need help with the mindset. I'm telling you, the mindset's probably the hard. Like trading isn't that hard, it's the mindset. You need help coaching with that? Please don't hesitate to reach out. Also, if you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, I will find you an amazing agent anywhere in the country. I promise you that. We can do that. So let me know how I can help. If you're new to the channel, again, check out all the fun stuff, posting ideas on Twitter. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out the education videos. I'm telling you, they're well worth it. Also, too, if you'd like to donate, links description below, or hit the thanks button, and you can, I don't know, if you want to send me a $2 donation, cool. I'll buy a golf ball with it, a Pro V1X. Again, I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. I mean, again, it's all to grow. And if you're growing, great. This fear and greed index at one point today was at 19. What did it close at? 21. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't be extremely bearish when we're pinning up against extremely fearful moments. Does this make sense? Again, the market is meant to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people. I'm not saying we can't go lower, but this is why everyone's like, oh, straight line moves. This market going to do this, going to do this. It's like, okay, yeah, all right, fine. Check out also the tradingagent.com. Tons of insights. Again, recommended reading books, links, videos, all sorts of education stuff. Always here to help. Anyway, we know going into, come on, what are we doing? We don't have trouble finding this site. We know going into the Fed meeting in a couple weeks, nothing's going to happen. Just keep an eye on it. Bitcoin, as I've talked about endlessly, I don't trust Bitcoin. Not to say long term. Again, I just don't trust it. It's in a chop zone. I don't want to play around with chop zone. If you bought gold, you're looking damn good. But again, end of quarter, be careful. But this is what annoys me about people who are in Bitcoin. They don't recognize, like, when you get these big ass moves, they get into digestion mode. It's the same thing in every freaking, why is it not showing? All right, whatever. Every other asset. It's pretty normal. No such thing as straight line moves. And if they are, it means it's time to lead to chop and consolidation. Oil, talked about, been holding up. Thought it might pull back a little bit. Boom. No. I like this. Now people are like, what do you mean? I think commodities are going to lead. I've talked about this. I don't think tech is. Notice QQQ sucks. Big, massive tech, that's always been no. Unless they're futures in commodities and energy and power technology, like Tesla or some of the cybersecurity names, semiconductors, don't trust at all. Hardware, don't trust at all. Be careful. Like commodities, natty gas got a nice bounce too. So, again, let's just run through the charts and you tell me what you see. Dollar, been chopping around, not too concerned about it. Looked like some chopping around. Just, again, I'd look for volatility. If there's really not volatility, it's not really telling me much. TLT, we talked about sneaky little trap and then gap up and another gap up today. Looks like rates are going lower. Keep an eye on it. VIX, again, we talked about it this morning. It was like, man, I don't trust this action at the end of the quarter. Look at the gap up and give it all back. Now, we talked about the bounce from here, and you fucking got it. Again, leave a comment below if you're following this stuff. Like, again, it's not about nailing it. Like, it took 3 days, but you got the levels, and you got the bounce. So keep an eye on it. Again, near term, probably due to chop around, pull back. VIX, again, I've said I like to see higher lows on the VIX. The first bottom in the VIX, I don't really ever trust. And there it is, right? Do you see it? Like, this is what is so, I think, sometimes hard, right? New lows? No. Retest? We'll see. Higher lows? Awesome. Like, I'm just, again, like trying to put some notes down. I might send somebody. Someone was asking me some stuff about this stuff. So, SPY. Look at this formation. We said, watching it, I'm like, it needs to get back over 550. Oops. Big volume. Retest the lows. If you're a bear, you're fucking losing your mind here. Now, who knows what tomorrow brings? I'm not saying like we can't make pull back, but you're just like pulling out your hair. You got to be hating this. Because you retest the lows, and we bounce, and we hit a long-term trend line to a T with high volume. Now, again, I'm not saying we're necessarily going back to new all-time highs, but I've been saying in my mind, I wouldn't be surprised if we got back into the 580s. You got to wear off that bearish sentiment. You got to wear off the negative sentiment. QQQ. Again, this is why I don't trust the Qs as much. Lagging, making new lows, but cool, due to bounce. Probably the 200-day, 494, right? Does this make sense? God, I mean, it's not rocket. I mean, is it just me? Or is this stuff really simple, but people make it really hard? That's maybe why you'd enjoy following. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I pissed you off. Whatever. IWM made new lows, rallied right back. Maybe this is one day thing. You never know. Set your stops. Again, Dia making higher lows. Set your stops. Again, if you bought today, looking good, Johnson. GLD. Again, we talked about rallying into the end of the quarter. You got it. Is this a breakout of the channel and parabolic move, or is this, again, high volume at the highs, time for it to take a break? Second quarter, again, I would not be surprised if gold did nothing for the next quarter. Silver not confirming it. Gold miners have been lagging. Not necessarily lagging, but just not looking at, I mean, look at this action. Like this long candle in a super dragonfly doji. Again, I'm not saying miners are going to get crushed, but I think they're going to, I don't know. They don't really look solid. But this is the thing. If the market holds up, they could hold up. Again, I just don't know if gold's going to rally. Because, again, if you go look at the seasonality, again, talk about the seasonality phenomena, gold doesn't typically do great in the second quarter. It usually consolidates. Because usually the first quarter is strong. The bottom's usually in December, and then it rallies first quarter. There it is. AEM, chopping at the highs. Again, AG, not really feeling it too much, is it? Newmont, right, chopping around. PAAS, chopping around, not really feeling any of these names. Just watching them. Taiwan Semi. Here's one again, blew out the bottom, bounce time. Again, this is straight line move, y'all. We talk about straight line moves, lead to chop and bounce. See what I mean? Again, I don't see semis bouncing to new highs. I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. Again, I think NVIDIA is short of 2025, but doesn't mean we can't bounce around here before we do something. AM Dizzle, same kind of thing, right? I think this could get up to the 100-day, making higher lows. NVIDIA, same kind of thing. Chopping around, makes new lows, chops. I mean, these stocks look busted as fuck. It doesn't mean they can't chop around. SMCI, yeah, this one's a tough one. Not really paying attention. Intellectual property. I think it's just been a big chop zone. I mean, oh, I want to buy the turd. Yeah, you bought the turd. Well, all right, well, now is it the bottom? I don't know. Again, I've said if they get bought out, I don't think it's at a premium. So that's your guess as good as mine on that one. AVGO, again, we talked about. Chips, just blah. Now, again, they're not like they've been basing like some of the names we're going to talk about that you can buy. These are names just all coming off the highs. SMH posted today, said, got to get back, got to stick around in this area. We'll see. Bounce. Keep an eye on it. Adobe. Man, there's going to be a lot of names that all look very similar. Either retesting, like them, or Apple bouncing strong. Right? Making higher lows, 20-day, worth the watch. Amazon. I mean, a lot of these names just blew out bottoms and rallying right back into the close because this could be the bottom, y'all. So keep an eye on it. Again, you need confirmation. Meta. Same kind of thing. Blew out the bottom. Hit some support to a T. Bounce back to the 200-day. CRM. You're going to see this reoccurring theme. Blew out the bottom. See what happens here. Guggenheim. Blew out the bottom. I guess this one kind of blew out yesterday or Friday. Filled the gap maybe? I don't know. I don't really trust some of these tech names. Microsoft. Chopping around. NDAQ again. How many times have I said on record, I think the Nasdaq exchange will be not doing as well because the leadership will shift from tech into commodities. And so the Nasdaq exchange will lag. All right, going on record again. MicroStrategy hits at 340, said, watch out. Yep, boink, bounces, then fails. Netflix, Nice bounce, holding the 100-day, looking pretty good. Roblox, solid, right? Solidly chopping, right? Keeping on it. Pan W. I didn't play this one today. I don't know why I didn't, but I'm looking at this one. I'll put this one back on the list. I don't know why. Sometimes I don't have everything on my list. That's why I take notes as well. Worth a watch here. Tesla. Again, talked about trading it. Did you get a pullback? You got the gap fill. Congrats. If you bought this morning, you absolutely closed at the high of the day. With $1 off the high. What a fucking move. Again, a trap. I still think this is going higher. You have the double bottom. You have the base. Slapping the base. So again, I like the TSLA. I don't know why we wouldn't get back to 12, 13 bucks at some point. If you bought it in the freaking 8s, looking good. Some other names we follow, the tech stuff. Palantir. We talked about this one. Look at this. Came back right down to the 100-day moving average. There you go. Insight. Again, I like this company to get bought out. Doing nothing down here. Might be a good time. Hims. Again, we talked about this thing being a dog. All right, even today, even the Hims dog got a bark. Rough. Baba, we talked about Baba chopping around, not really too much, but said had to hold the 130s. Looks like it's holding 130s. McDonald's, look at this, right? Breaking out again? We'll see. Keep an eye on it. Starbucks said this is due to bounce, got crushed. And I'd like to wish I was shorted at 118, didn't get it, so now what? I don't know. Airbnb. Some of these names don't really look that strong, chopping around. Coin. Again, I don't know if I trust it. It's just making new lows. Those are a tough one. Those are tricky. Yeah, look at DKNG. Some of these names are just turds. Again, just be careful. The straight line moves typically precede some sort of bounce. Costco, and again, unless DKNG's got more issues, which again, I don't know. Look at Costco bouncing. Look at that wick. Holy fudge balls. FedEx, again, we talked about this bouncing back. There you go. Chopping around. XLF, here you go. Chopping around. Keep an eye on it. Again, I closed out my JP Morgan place. I'm like, man, this stuff looks stronger than I was hoping. I was hoping it would all retest the lows. It didn't. So I closed out my puts. That's where I bought some long dated calls and commodity names. I just took it off. Hood holding up pretty well. JP Morgan, like I was watching, I'm like, this is no way this is going back to the 200 day. Not even close. So again, going into finance, we'll have earnings coming up 2 or 3 weeks. No, get the fuck out of the way. Morgan Stanley, same kind of thing. 200 day bouncing. Bank of America. Again, I'm not necessarily going long banks, but I'm just like, these don't look like they're due to bounce. Goldman Sachs, 200-day, carry, same kind of thing, chopping around, making higher lows. Like that's not easy to. I mean, again, when I watch this, I go, XBI blew out the bottom. Interesting because again, I think the ads. What was it? RFK is gonna quit, not allow pharma companies to have ads on TV. Okay, watch what happens here. This could be a bear trap at the lows. Jets, interesting, right? Keep an eye on this one, right? This one's been blown out. That one to me, I don't know if it's, I don't know. Keep an eye on it. HHB housing index again made a new low and came right back. Again, seeing that pattern in a lot of names. Let's go into some of the commodity names we bought today. Dow, bought this one today. It was like, okay, we're at the lows. Do I get my alarm? No. But channel low again. This thing has been beaten. I like how it's basing. There's big, decent volume down here. Some capitulation action, and you've made lower lows. Then you blew off for quarterly OPEX, and now we had buyers today on above average volume. Yeah, I like it. CE. Again, a lot of these names look great. Just pick your ones. This one's holding up pretty well with volume at the lows. Caterpillar, this one blew out 320s and bounced back, posted that was an opportunity. Deere, this one's been holding up pretty well, so just is what it is. Keep an eye on it. Nucor, another one that we like. Talked about pulling back, hit my alarm this morning, gap down. Here you go if you want to trade it. X has been on fire. This one's not really, I don't know. I wouldn't really chase this one. IIN, another one we talked about. Here you go. Alarms went off. VALE, this name should be getting pulverized. It's holding up off of the lows. Now you're tracking the 200-day. If it gets over, it's going to go. Bought Arrow today down in the mid upper 11s. I'm like, all right, I'll take a chop on this. Again, this thing has been beaten. I like these bases. FQ, VLF, pull back. Look at this nice green bar. SACO, again, I like the copper names a lot. They retested range lows, essentially not the range lows, but again, they look like they're bouncing off of higher lows. FCX, same kind of thing. Bought URNJ today. Look at this, right back, double bottom. I don't mind it. Again, this is why it's so easy, very binary. And if you zoom out, it's a bigger long-term bottom. CCJ, we talked about the 40 level. You could have bought that. CF, could have bought that, right? We talked about these chopping at bases. Mosaic, I was looking at this one, right? This one's holding the 200-day. Like, if this breaks the channel, I will go long. SQM, keep an eye on that one. Yeah, bouncing, probably due to bounce here. NTR, I was looking at these, like, these are just chopping around. They got references. AA, I almost bought aluminum. Man, this thing was down at 28 and change. Yeah, couldn't. I mean, it's like can't throw all the money at it everywhere, but Calu is another one that went off. Like in my head, I'm like that could be a buy. MP been holding up pretty well, so I'm not gonna. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Some of these names are a little bit too high for me to like. I don't know where the floor would be. And then I was looking at CF today. Like that looks like a pretty good solid floor to me. Again, posted that in the rooms. Solar, not really interested, but it said First Solar looks interesting here, right? Solar blow off bottom, gap down. Yeah, and I don't know if I play Sedge or ENPH, right? I don't really trust them, but I do like First Solar a lot around here, right? Look at that basing pattern. That looks good to me. When you zoom out, it's a massive base area. HYG, same kind of thing. I like the idea of corporate debt not going higher in time. And so if, again, I don't trust it, just leave it alone. I guess I don't really like it. I was just saying, like, leave it alone. Oil, look at the bounce again on the USO. Right? UNG, right? All this stuff looks okay. XOP, talked about waiting for a pullback. Okay. See what happens here. Ideally, I'd wait for a 20-day pullback. If you get it, you don't. Occidental, talked about this one holding up, chopping around, looks pretty good. ExxonMobil, right, near the highs, pretty damn strong. It's tough to really argue what's leading, what's not. Oil and gas names looking pretty strong here. BP, that's a tough one, man. I was hoping to get a bigger pullback. If you don't get it, you just don't get it. Gasoline names, we talked about chopping around, making higher lows, right? Like that's I'd be on look out for Valero. Same kind of thing, higher lows. Yeah, I'm not saying go out and go long these names, like go nuts, but hey, look at them. They make sense to me, right? Keep an eye. Like Gush today got down to 26. I don't know. Let's run through them. Devon, right? This one looks interesting here. It didn't even get phased today. Apache, another one, just chopping right here at the 21 level. Lyondell base, right? Like this big volume down here. Does this look tempting to you? EQT, been holding up at the range highs, chopping. CVE, right? We talked about the junior oil names. Like these look interesting, right? As the market was dumping the last couple of weeks, these have all been bouncing. Thank you, Interactive Brokers. Do y'all see this though? Like while the market was been crap, these names have been building a base. I'm telling you, keep an eye on it. Last but not least, Flex LNG. Again, because I think we'll be natural gas exporters. Trying to rush through this fast. Yeah, zoom out. You can see it's a big base. Sorry, let me zoom out further. I think we'll be natural gas exporters. So hopefully that was quick, easy, painless. Again, trying to move through it quickly. Keep in mind, again, I think we are in the oversold position. Fear and greed is at highs. Not saying that we're going to new 52-week highs. I don't know, but I do think there's a tradable bounce here going into at least the first 10 business days of April. If you go check the Stock Traders Almanac. Again, we're coming into earnings. Tariffs, is it priced in or not? I don't freaking know, but the market seems to getting tired of it, meaning like it doesn't care anymore. At some point, people will still be making money. They'll figure out ways around it. Or at worst, if they're already priced in and they somehow don't get as painful, then don't be surprised if the market starts knowing that and sneaking into that and starts rallying back. All right. Have any questions, thoughts, concerns? You don't hesitate to reach out, please. I'm always here to help. Love you guys. I appreciate everybody. And yeah, have a wonderful evening. We'll talk soon. Take care. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.